We are finally here, and it's going to be an epic day. First impressions, this place is insane. Oh my gosh. It is so beautiful, and it lives up to its name. This truly is an epic universe. This is insane. We, my friends, have dragons, and this is the first land of the day. How to Train Your Dragon.
Heading into the portal transports you to the Isle of Berk, the home of the dragons. Upon entering, you're greeted with a stone that inscribed upon it is the history of Berk, and beyond it is the great reveal. And this land is massive. It probably feels the most expansive of all the 5 different worlds at this park. They really brought How to Train Your Dragon to life. From the dragon animatronics that you can find around the park, to the immaculate details, and even the attractions. Everything here is just full of life. There is something for everyone. Obviously, if you're looking for something for younger children, of course this world has it, but there is also something here for the thrill seekers.
We're enjoying the 5-minute wait time. If you can, get this ride done first, because everyone's gonna swarm to Mario World. But I think this is the better place to be.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
It's like talking about
Here we go.
Get ready to fly.
Here we go.
People sleep on this ride, man.
This is the best hiccups.
Yeah, baby. It's all.
Let's
You
try
gotta
it.
prepare for moments. We're almost here. Can't wing lie without wings, though.
Hold on, boys.
Okay. Getting into position. These wings will give you a dragon's eye view of Berk. No dragons required.
Get it. Not the Gronkles!
Hey, a Gronkle nest. A Gronkle nest.
Oh no! The Gronkle legs! They're gonna hatch!
So, just keep moving forward.
Oh no! We're going back! Oh
No. Forward.
no!
You know which way is forward, right? Oh, no.
Oh no! They're gonna shoot!
That could have gone way worse.
This music. Come on. John Powell. What a goat.
I think this may be my favorite land.
This one beats Greenland by a lot. A lot.
Why spend the money on an airplane ticket to Greenland when you can just come to Epic Universe, bro?
Exactly.
All right, folks, I gotta go check on the dragon babies, create some more cradles for them. So, you folks have a wonderful day. If you need any saddles, please come back to me, because if they're not Gobber saddles, they're not high quality.
Have a good day, Gobber.
Have a good day.
One thing that Epic Universe nails is the roaming characters. They have so many actors and characters just roaming the lands, bringing these areas to life. Beyond just the theming, it's the atmospheric characters that immerse you into the land that is really what separates Epic from a lot of the other parks. Unfortunately, though, Fire Drill was down for the day, so we didn't get to experience it. But we did get to check out the Untrainable Dragon, which is one of the 2 headlining shows for the park. We won't spoil anything here, but if you're a fan of live entertainment and theatrical performances, this is a must-see. It blends traditional stage performance with high-end modern-day technology, and it is definitely a sight to behold. The only downside about this show is that the queue line, there is no queue line. It is just an empty piece of pavement in the hot Florida sun. Not trying to throw shade, but Universal, if you could throw some shade, that would be great. Thank you.
How's the ice cream? Man, that ain't ice cream. What is that?
The next stop on the list, though, is food. And we're going to be stopping at Hooligans Grog and Gruel for the infamous mac and cheese cones. We're going to get one of each except for the tofu one because we don't do that here. And we're going to see if these things live up to the hype or not. Do you think they will? Let us know down in the comments.
All right, first bite. We take it?
I don't want to take all the meat off the top.
This is what heaven in a cup feels like.
You heard it here first.
Remember, we're not a food vlog.
Not a food vlog.
But for real, those mac and cheese cones were fire. I would honestly take either of them again, but I think the chicken might have been my favorite. But now we're going to be headed out of How to Train Your Dragon, back through the portal and into Celestial Park, where we're going to experience Celestial Park not just as a central hub, but also as its own world with its own unique attractions, the headliner attraction of which is Stardust Racers. Stardust Racers is Universal bringing back the dueling coaster theme. Oh, how I've missed you, Dueling Dragons. Which, by the way, speaking of Dueling Dragons, going back to How to Train Your Dragon, the Dragon Racers Rally actually has a Dueling Dragons Easter egg in it, which speaks to my heart. I love that so much. So on the ends of this ride, there are a dragon on each spinner. And thematically, they're supposed to be like the dragons are powering the vehicles that you're in. But the Easter egg is that one dragon is blue and the other dragon is red. But anyways, back to Stardust. This ride is designed between Universal Creative and Mack Rides, and it is manufactured by Mack, and it is one of their newest generations of launching coasters. Now, there's been a lot of hype. Is this as good or better than Velocicoaster? Well, let's go find out.
Yo, Stardust Racers, legitimately next level. I mean, in terms of thrills, if you like theming, like if that's your number one thing, might not be your favorite. But if you want thrills, it's got it. It's like a modern take on an old school wooden roller coaster. It's got like a lot of those wooden roller coaster type elements in it, but it's got all the benefits of modern technology, steel coasters. It's a smooth ride. It's heavy G-force, bunch of ejector airtime. It feels like a modern day wooden coaster. It's kind of wild.
So is Stardust Racers better than Velocicoaster? Well, no, I don't think it is, but that's just because Velocicoaster truly is the full package. But Stardust, with its next level thrills, is good enough to definitely make it into the top tier conversation. But before we move on, I have to talk about the lockers. And yes, that's right, the lockers. If you are a Universal Parks fan of the existing parks, you understand how much of a pain in the butt the lockers are. However, Epic Universe really, Universal has figured out their locker system. And I have to say, it is probably the best system if you're going to require lockers. Every ride that requires these lockers will have them no sooner than halfway through the line. So you'll be able to have your water bottles, your phone, whatever it is that you need for at least the majority of the queue line. And the lockers that they do provide are much, much bigger than the lockers that they have at the existing parks. And also, gone are the days where you have to carry your ticket to access the lockers. Now they are Face ID recognized, and I was surprised that they even worked with my hat on, and not once did I have an issue of it opening the wrong locker or not detecting my face. I was very impressed. So for an area of the park that might not get a whole lot of love, I have to give Universal their props. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being dedicated enough to figure out your locker system.
Into the locker you go.
Hold on, I'm waiting for
But now it's time to cross over to the other side of Celestial Park to walk through the portal of probably the most anticipated world of this park, which is Super Nintendo World. The portal for Super Nintendo World takes you straight into a warp pipe that brings you into this amazing world. Once up the escalator, you enter Peach's Castle, which is your entry point to this land. And this just cements it for me that Universal has perfected the art of a grand reveal. As you leave through the doors, the world just opens up for you, and immediately your senses are flooded with the amazing score of the land and all the kinetic energy that's happening around you. Whether it's the coins spinning or the characters that are meeting and greeting, or one of the many animatronic figures that are spread throughout this land. Super Nintendo World genuinely feels like the most alive land in this entire park. Everywhere you turn, there's something happening, and it's hard to not just be swept up off your feet from this land. I kid you not, the first time I walked into this land, I literally got goosebumps, and that doesn't happen to me. I'm not that type of person, and for whatever reason, walking into this land did it for me. Super Nintendo World has 3 main attractions. Of course, the first one and probably headlining attraction is Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. We won't spoil anything about the ride, so don't worry, but I do have to say that I think the queue line might be my favorite part of this attraction. They did such an amazing job bringing the Mario Kart game to life, specifically in the queue. It feels so real, but also at the same time, they kept that video game aesthetic and were able to balance that with reality so well.
Let's go! Oh, no biggie. First time on Mario Kart and qualified pole position, baby. First place. Oh my God. It's real.
The ride, on the other hand, I have to admit that I might have to give it a few more rides before I can share my thoughts on it. There's just so much going on with it that I really struggled to figure out what was even going on. But thankfully, Mario Kart is not the only attraction in this world. There are 2 others, and I think you'll be surprised to know that I actually really loved Yoshi's Adventure. Now, Yoshi Adventure is a slow-moving, almost people mover style ride. Yes, that's right. Epic Universe has a people mover. Take that, Disneyland. But what's interesting about it is that it moves like very, very slow. Like slower than you would expect. From the perspective of being off the ride, it might look too slow, but trust me, when you're on the ride, it moves the perfect speed. Just because this land is so beautiful, it gives you time to really take in all the views, all the sights, and enjoy the world for what it is. Now granted, when I rode this ride, it was not 100 degrees in the middle of summer, so maybe I will think it's moving too slow by the time July comes. But as of right now, I actually really enjoyed this one. Now, we didn't get to explore too much of Donkey Kong Country, but be sure to subscribe because we'll have a POV coming from this attraction very, very soon. All I have to say for now is that this ride is definitely not what you would expect. And for some people, that is an amazing thing. And for other people, maybe not so much. For me, I really enjoyed the ride, but I think the one common thing that everyone will say getting off this ride is, I didn't expect that. But the real reason why we made our way over to Donkey Kong Country is for the Bubbly Barrel. Here they have something called the DK Crush Float. This thing has been wildly hyped, and we just had to try it for ourselves. I will say that the ice cream rivals that of Dole Whip. I know, big claim, but the issue here is that there's just not enough of it. It's more of a pineapple soda drink than it is an ice cream, and I think that's where it really fails. And for a base price of $19 for a non-alcoholic drink, that's just a little too steep. But with the snack down, it is now time to get actual food. And although Super Nintendo World has some amazing restaurants like Toadstool Cafe, we decided to head back out to Celestial Park to get something to eat out there. Now, Celestial Park has so many different dining options that it can be hard to choose. But because we were running low on time for the day, we decided to stop at Pizza Moon. I love that even though it's just a pizza shop, they still went all in with the theming and the storytelling. So here we ordered 3 different pizzas. The first one that came out was the Space Cowboy, and this one is loaded with a rotisserie chicken, barbecue sauce, pickled red onions, olives, and then topped with barbecue potato chips. This one, I mean, it just sounded wild, it looked wild, we had to try it. The next one we got was a trip to Vesuvio, and yes, Vesuvio is a volcano, so this one was spicy. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now don't worry, it's not crazy. It's pepperoni, sausage, caramelized onions, a few different types of chilies, and topped with fresh arugula and hot honey. This one honestly slapped. But I think that there's a winner that upsets the favorite, and that is a pizza I can't even pronounce the name of. It's the Hala Kahiki Mahini. It's basically Universal's take on a Hawaiian pizza. Now, I know what you're saying. I don't like pineapple on pizza either. But what did Universal do? They turned a disgrace, a monster, into a glorious, I can't even express to you how amazing this pizza was. None of us liked Hawaiian pizza, but yet all of us said that this was hands down the best pizza. Trust me. Just trust me. But now the sun is setting, and we have a hard choice to make. It's between Harry Potter and Dark Universe. Unfortunately, today, the Battle at the Ministry attraction was not operational. But is it really a hard choice when it's Dark Universe at night? Now this is how Dark Universe is meant to be experienced.
You are looking for a job? Really? Okay. Well, you're both looking for a job.
I already got paid. He wants to be a linebacker with all his kids. He wants all these.
You got bitten by a werewolf. You're okay. That's pretty cool. No, yeah. Well, no, not quite. That is almost like 3/4. Like waning moon.
Although we had to miss Harry Potter, I'm glad that we did, because Dark Universe really is everything that it's hyped up to be. I wish that we could show more of the attractions here, but unfortunately, Curse of the Werewolf had 0 lights on it, so it was impossible to film. But trust me when I say that the Frankenstein experiment is one of, if not the greatest dark rides ever created. Granted, I haven't done Battle at the Ministry, but out of all the rides that we've done today, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, is a must-do experience. When you come to Epic Universe, you have to get this one done.
The lighting at night in this park is so good. So good. It's beautiful. Wow. The Helios sure is grand. We got one last ride in us for the night, so we're headed all the way back over to Hiccups Wing Gliders, getting a nighttime ride on one of the best rides in the park, in my opinion. I love that ride. I love that ride.
The worst part about this park is knowing that at some point your day has to come to an end. After spending so many years watching them build this park, it is unbelievable to know that I am finally here, that we are finally here. And now that the night comes to a close, it's just all sinking in that we made it. We're here. The park is a real thing, and it's lived up to every expectation that we've set. Universal didn't just build another park. They raised the bar and brought experiences to life in ways that we've never seen before. And as we're wrapping up the night, there's just one thing that I know. I can't wait to come back.
That is it for Epic Universe.
It has been a day.
And with that, we have to say goodbye. If you like the video, please subscribe because we do a ton of videos like this. And I will be back to capture some more content. So the stuff we didn't check out today, it'll be there. And we're going to do a full, like, hour-plus long review, roundtable, podcast style, where we're going to be talking everything Epic Universe. If you have any questions you would like to have answered, leave that down below in the comments. And we might answer those on that podcast episode. Until next time, guys, see you, and the adventure lives on.
The adventure lives on.
Peace.